I love it.
Okay, and let me see if I can mute. I don't know how to mute people on here.
Oh, you know what you can do at the very bottom? It should say participant.
Yes.
Just click on participants and you can mute all.
Oh, perfect.
Or you can just go and click and mute everybody. Whatever works best for you.
Yes.
Anxiety, but I feel claustrophobic. I don't even like water over my neck anymore. Like to get in the hot tub or to soak in the tub. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm going to oh, I muted myself. And Donna. 1 second. Oh gosh. Okay.
But you've got it. You can do it.
There we go. Okay.
Don't forget to record, Laurel.
Yes, I think I'm recording.
Okay. I don't. Oh yeah, now I see it. Okay, sorry, honey.
No, that's okay. All right, so officially, this is ENVP Donna Melchert, and I'm super excited to introduce her. She celebrates 20 years this year, which is amazing. She was loving her corporate job, but living paycheck to paycheck. She was praying for a plan B with travel and tax advantages. Already a fan of the products, 22 years ago, she realized both time and money freedom were possible. She lives in Oklahoma and is married with 3 kids. Some of her Arbonne achievements include ACE Award, Circle of Excellence, and Sponsoring Star. She is number 53 top income earner and $1 million a month achiever. And Arbonne has given her family choices, and she has a passion to pay it forward. So I'm super excited to hear her tips. So Donna, whenever you are ready, can go ahead.
Laurel, thank you so much. And you're so sweet. Really great to know you before we even got started today. And I'm just excited for where this journey is going to take you. I know you'll be in qualification for region. I know you're finishing up area, but I know you'll set your sights on something even bigger because you're changing so many lives. And so I'm really honored to be on this call. So Vita is one of my twins in Arbonne. I can't go very many places in Arbonne without someone asking if I have a twin. And I'll say, her name is Vita Ice. And yes, we're Arbonne twins. And so I had the chance and privilege of meeting Vita and her husband, Daryl, 5 years ago on an AIT trip. And I'll talk a little bit about my journey on an AIT trip where it literally transformed my life. But my husband saw a vision that he had never seen before. So remind me if I forget, but I got my notes and I want to stay on track with you guys because I value your time and I would love to take some questions at the very end. But we met each other, we hit it off right away. And on the trip, every time I'd run into somebody, they'd be like, I think I just saw you, or do you have a twin? And I'd be like, yeah, I absolutely do. So I am really honored to not only lead with Vita, but I'm really honored just to be just lifelong friends with Vita and Daryl. So my husband and I, Mike, really adore both of them and are excited for what the future holds for your team and just for Arbonne in general. So I'm so excited because we're getting ready to celebrate 40 years with Arbonne. So the last time we met, it was 35-year celebration, and it was like none I'd ever been on with Arbonne. So I can't imagine what they're going to do for the 40th year. So just hold on tight. These next 2 months need to be the biggest for you. I want you to dream so big that it scares you and it makes other people think that you're weird. That's the vision that I want to have for you guys on this call today. But that's not where my vision started 20 years ago. I'll tell you a little bit about myself and share with you some of the things I learned along the way. And I hope that you might be in that spot, and that might be a tip for you today. Okay, so you don't have to take everything that I say, but maybe there's a tip that will just turn and shift your business in some way. So I live here in Edmond, Oklahoma, and we have 3 kids, and 2 of our kids are home right now, but one is in college. One just graduated college, and he's in Germany and is studying abroad for a German master's. And then our youngest is in high school. And so I know, Vita, you met Lauren on the cruise, and some of you have probably met all our kids on the trip. And so years ago in Arbonne, I had prayed for having kids because I had found out that I would not be able to have kids. And God will if you will just pray long enough and hard enough, he will give you the desire of your hearts. I didn't know it would be in 3 kids, but he blessed me 12 years ago with 3 kids. I met Mike. He was a single dad, and he had 3 little ones. And so these kids were 4, 8, and 11. And so today they're 18, 20, and 23. So it's been a great journey. And what's so funny that I tell everybody is not only did he bring 3 kids along, he had 2 dogs and I had a dog. So we instantly became the Brady Bunch. And so I watched Brady Bunch growing up. And some of you that are millennials and new, you're probably like, Brady Bunch, like what's that? Just look it up or Google it, I guess. So my husband at the time had a tire business. And for those of you that own a business, you're probably tired. There's a lot of overhead, long hours. Well, he owned this business 14 of the 25 years that he was in business in the tire business. And what he wanted more than anything is he wanted his time back to be able to raise his kids. And so his business closed, and Arbonne was the vehicle that allowed him to get into real estate. And today he's in real estate investing. And so once you grasp the residual and passive income of Arbonne, you want that residual and passive income. And unless you're an actor, an actress, or writing a book, you're not going to get that kind of passive income when you sleep. The only 2 that we have found is network marketing and real estate investing. And so we decided, why not real estate invest? And so it could be 2-3 years ago, we started to jump into real estate investing in rental properties. And then now we're going to start to flip homes. And so that's the power of what Arbonne's income can do. It just gives you so many choices. But the biggest gift is that he's been present with the kids all of these years, and it's been a huge blessing. So 4 years ago, this is the biggest blessing, even on top of that, is that our family got to go on our first international mission trip. And this was after I'd found out I couldn't have kids. And so I was really struggling inside about, wow, I can't have kids. I want to go get a brew of kids and bring them back. And so I was kind of torn about really going. But our family prayed about it. And if you guys were in Arbonne when we earned the trip to Cabo, we weren't able to go because of that hurricane that struck that, but Arbonne gave us all of our money back. And then we were able to get our plane ticket money back. And when we got that money back, I remember Miranda Burcham, one of the direct national vice presidents. We happened to be in California at an ENVP trip. And she said, hey, have you guys ever thought about going to Haiti? And I said, no, I haven't thought about going to Haiti, but we do want to take a mission trip. Well, we prayed about it overnight, and one of our girls said, hey, what about a mission trip that we had talked about? And so we decided we would go take a mission trip. I called Miranda Burcham right up, and she said, Lisa Dooley, another VP on our team, she's heading this one up, and I really would love for you guys to go. So we talked to Lisa, and the price of the ticket and the plane tickets all were exactly to the dollar the same amount of money that it would be to go on this mission trip for 3 of our kids and Mike and I. Guys, that is a godsend. I don't believe in I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in divine appointments. And God literally put me on a path of just really healing. And so if you guys are struggling, like for me, not being able to have my own kids, you might be struggling right now in your business or in your life. Guys, just do the next right thing. Somebody that you talk to today could lead you to your next step of what God has planned for your life. And so we went on that first trip, and there were 30 of us. And out of those 30, that's when Vision 90 was born, when 90 homes would be built. None of us knew how to fundraise. We came back with our hair on fire thinking, oh my gosh, we got to do this afraid. None of us know what to do. And thank goodness for the power of what Arbonne people can do, because Nikki Smith and Beth Lomas stepped in, and within 5 days raised over $800,000 together with many of you and 7,000 people on that page to raise over $800,000 in less than 5 days. That's the power of what your business can do when it is fueled by something bigger than you. So the next year we went back and we had 60 people. Then the next year, 80 people. That's the power of duplication in this business and what God will do in your life. So hands down, that was the best trips that my family has ever been on. Arbonne trips are amazing, but when you can go help people that can rise up a nation, clearly across the world that's fifth world country. It's life-changing forever. So Mike and I have a passion for helping people get out of debt with Dave Ramsey and build wealth. And for a long time, I couldn't even imagine myself building wealth because I didn't grow up with money. And I just thought, man, I just want to be successful in my corporate job. But because of Arbonne, I knew that once I came back from Haiti, we had to teach people how to build wealth because that's what was going to go change the world. And so my husband and I actually teach people how to build wealth simply by the steps that we've learned from my sponsor, Cecilia Stoll, and just by mission work, we've learned to help people just to get out of debt. So we actually have a thing called Legacy Journey through Dave Ramsey as well. And we just know that when you know who owns all your money, you will multiply in a way that's never been multiplied before. So let me share a little bit about my journey with Arbonne, and maybe you guys can understand maybe where I'm coming from because my vision was so small. So when I started this journey, it was 22 years ago, simply by using the products. It was this time of year, someone had an open house, and at that open house, I was so busy, crazy in my life, my corporate job. I was living paycheck to paycheck. And all I could think about is, I don't know how I'm going to get through this Christmas. Well, this girl happened to be an Arbonne. I had no idea because I wasn't there for that. But she looked at me and she said, can I do some Christmas shopping for you? And I go, oh my gosh, absolutely. She goes, I'll give you a discount. I will gift bag it for free with great, pretty tissue. And that's what she did. And she goes, I'll deliver it to your home. I go, if you can absolutely do that. So she did all my shopping in one swoop at a discount. And it was back then out of her own pocket. But at the very end, she handed me a sample pack. And she said, would you try it, compare it to what you're using, and give me your opinion? Well, if you're a woman, how many of you want to give your opinion? Every single one of us. She called me back a couple days later. I didn't give my opinion. I said, if you'll call me back, I'll give you my opinion, I promise. And guys, of course, if you've tried our skincare, you fell in love with it. And I started using the products for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. It wasn't until that 2 years went by, I was loving my corporate job. I wasn't looking for anything. I happened to be at Thanksgiving with my sister-in-law, and she had just started a network marketing business. My sister-in-law has a master's degree, makes 6 figures in the corporate world, and I was really intrigued about what she was doing. And the first thing she said is, it will give us travel opportunities and tax advantages. And if you're in corporate or you're working for somebody else, 50% of what you get paid a year is going to taxes. And I just thought I legally wanted some of that money back, just legally. I went to my accountant and asked her, tell me a little bit about network marketing. And she said, Donna, this will be the way of the future. There will be internet banking and internet shopping. Back then, Arbonne didn't even have an Arbonne website, much less our own free websites. And I said, if she's half right, I'm going to jump in this business and I'm going to just get tax advantages. And instead of traveling just to go see my parents in Tahlequah, maybe I could travel outside of the state. That's how little my vision was when I started this business. So my question to you guys is how many of you internet bank and how many of you internet shop? Okay. So everybody's doing what we're doing. They may just not be getting paid to do it. So I came back, and since my sister-in-law was in the other company, I called my consultant, and she's Arbonne consultant, and she says, I'm not really doing the business, but I will give you somebody who's successful. She's from Brazil, but she speaks good English, and I know that she can help you. And she gave me to Cecilia Stoll. And so if you are brand new in Arbonne, Cecilia Stoll is today the #1 income earner, has 12 national vice presidents wide. But back then she was not the #1 income earner. So I want you guys to know, you might see somebody at the top of this company and you just think they were born there. None of us were born there. Cecilia wasn't even the top income earner. I saw her 9 years in this business, and now she's 28 years in this business and me 20. So no matter where you are in your journey, don't compare yourself to where somebody is. Compare yourself to our calendars is what I've been taught to do. So I said, count me in. I'm jumping in this business. I am hair's on fire. I'm scared to death. I don't know what to do. Cecilia took me by the hand and she said, I want you to book 2 launches in less than 2 minutes. I had 2 launches. I get off the phone and I'm like, what the heck did I just do? Well, I looked at my husband and he said, somebody's willing to help you build a business, I think you need to jump in on it. And so I jumped in this opportunity. I attached myself to her hip. And whoever brought you into this business that's willing to help you get started, I want you to attach yourself to their hip if they're a level or two above you. Because I want you to know that if you are a district manager can't help a district manager grow area. Area manager can't help an area manager go area. Always be willing to go to that next person to help mentor you along this journey. And Cecilia was that for me. So the first thing that Cecilia gave me in this business was belief. I had no belief in myself, but I saw that she had sound of belief. And I hear that belief has a sound. She believed in me before I believed in myself. And she put a 10 on my forehead before I even became a 10. But one thing that I want to mention to you guys is don't forget to don't leave yourself off of that list. So many of us as women will leave ourselves off of the list of being a 10, and we start talking trash about ourselves. Your mindset, and I'll talk about that before I leave today, your mindset will change your world if you decide to make it a positive one. So on top of belief, I want you to own your belief. Owning your belief is like putting clothes on every single day. So when you go into your closet, have you ever had a morning where you said, oh my goodness, I have nothing to wear, right? I mean, every one of us women will say that. But how many of you went out naked any of those days and walked the streets totally naked? Probably none of us, right? So Cecilia taught me right away is that when I decide to own my belief is when people will move aside when I know where I'm going and providence takes over. So decide today to own your belief and own it like people are going to step aside because they're like, man, she's successful. Even if it's your first day in Arbonne, you can be successful. The second thing is activity. Activity, I got into activity right away. I didn't know what I was doing. In the second launch, someone booked a party. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Cecilia's not here. I don't know. And so Cecilia said, I will come and help support you. And how about you do it? And so we do a see, do, teach. You see it. They watch it, see it, they do it, and then they teach it to somebody else. See, do, teach. I think it comes from the nursing field. So anyway, I started that next one by myself, and I told Cecilia, no, I'm going to do it by myself. And she goes, I believe you can do it. I almost vomited right before I started my presentation. And I said, excuse me, I need to go to the restroom really quick. And then I came back and I was like so scared. I was like, if I don't do this presentation, I'll never move forward in my business, and I'll probably never move forward in my outside of my corporate job. That's what my life is going to be like. So I got back out there and I had a huge party. I had 11 people there and I did it. And my friends, I think, felt sorry for me is why they bought product, but it didn't matter because they fell in love with the product, and many people came in my business from that first two presentations. The next thing is at number 3, work the system. You've got to keep it simple and duplicatable, and you have to do daily consistent activity. If you're doing the 30 days to healthy living, which I'm sure most of you are when you come in this business, is you don't do the 30 days to healthy living. The reason why it's so successful, first is accountability. Second is that you're doing something consistently every single day. It's not like you're working out or eating healthy, like not eating healthy for 29 days. On day 30, you eat healthy and you go to the gym and work 10 hours. That's not how successful people do it. Successful people do it consistently every single day through our 30 days to healthy living, and that's how this business is. We have what's called a daily methods of success, and I follow the system that your upline gives you. I know we're all getting in front of 40 faces minimum. That's just a system that we do in Arbonne, and if you're not where you want to be, you just have to do more. Our word on our team is if you are stuck, you just have to do more. So I'm just going to forward this. And so I'm embarrassed to say this, but this is part of my journey. And this is the same thing that happened to Cecilia. She duplicated herself really well in me, because it took me 6 months to sponsor my first person. And somebody at my corporate job came to me that was buying products at retail way back then. And yes, we used to buy products at retail. We were slow learners way back then. And this girl was buying a few $100s a month from me. And she looked at me and she goes, I'm tired of buying products at full price. I want your discount. I went back to Cecilia and I said, oh my gosh. I called her and I said, I knew I'd be terrible at this business. This girl wants my discount. And she said, that's when this business gets good. I would rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. I go, what does that mean? She said, 4% is greater than 35%. And now it's 6% as a consultant. Guys, it's called fuzzy math. If you get this part, you will be unstoppable in your business. Give away your discount to as many people as you can, because your overrides is what's going to build the wealth in this business. Your right now money is from preferred clients every single month that you get paid, but the override is when you get into, say, a multi-million-dollar business. So 3 months later, I attended my first GTC and I got to meet our founder, Peter Mork. And I loved him so much because he called me by name. I know I had a name tag, but he said, Donna, it's so great to meet you. People want to know that you know them by name. And so if you're not a great name, remembering names, do something to remember names. I'm not the best, but I try to be better. So my husband and I try to do this. If you're around a lot of people, say in an Arbonne event or an AIT trip, my husband tries to remember the husband's name and I try to remember the ladies' names. And as you're talking, say their name back to them. So by the end of the conversation, you walk away knowing their name. And so the next time you see them, you can call them by name. Peter did that to me, and I want to do that for other people. Am I the best? No, I'm not the best. I'm always working at it. School's never out for the pros, right? So am I at number 4? So number 4 is setbacks. Setbacks are setups for comebacks. So in my journey, things are going pretty well. Pretty well. It took me 6 months to sponsor my first person. It took me a year to become a district manager. And then a few months later, I went in qualification for area. Shortly after I went area manager, a few months later, I was a struggling area manager. I almost lost my area. And we do not ever train on performance account. That's an emergency fund. Thank goodness for that thing, because I almost lost my area. And Cecilia was talking to me about how to build strong. And she says, you're $300 away from losing your area. And I go, I didn't even know that I had anything left. And she goes, it's called a performance account. We don't train on that because it really is for an emergency. And so thank goodness I got to keep my area. I didn't lose it. But let me tell you what shifted in me that I hope if you're at this place that you're getting ready to lose the title or you are struggling in your business, is I was hiding behind the products and can teach everything about the products, but I was afraid to ask people how to run a business because I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know enough. I don't know enough. And so I jumped right in. And Cecilia, let me see if I can find my notes real quick about what, let me see real quick. So I was getting ready to lose my area. So I went to Cecilia and I really wanted to quit my business. And if you've ever wanted to quit your business, I've heard it called the kit burning days. And that was my kit burning days. And I said, I'm totally exhausted. I'm working harder than anybody on my team. And she looked at me and she says, Donna, you're the most hard-working person on my team, but you're hiding behind the products. Do you want to learn how to work smart because you're already working hard? And she asked me what book I was reading. If you guys are not reading a book right now from your upline, I want to suggest that you go to your VP and ask them, what book should I be reading? Reading a minimum of 10 minutes a day or 10 pages a day is how you can start. Now that's oxygen for me every single day. I wake up super early and I read, I go to bed reading, and it's just part of my day. It's just my daily activities. It's not income producing, but it has everything to do with your income. She asked me to book 2 events or 2 parties, however you want to call it, and find 4 other people to do that for me. I said, what if nobody will do it for me? Then you'll clean your house for a while you're booking everything out of your own home. So I found 4 other people to book for me. And the last thing she asked me to do was to really just have fun again in my journey because I wasn't having fun. So if you're stuck right there, I hope those tips will help you. So I left my job shortly after I went area before I was struggling. And 9/11 hit just a year later, where everybody halted on buying products and everybody was scared. But there was something that happened during that time when everybody in Arbonne, when it was a dip just in economy in general. Cecilia told me that during times of depression or recession or dips or shifts in life, that tobacco, alcohol, and skincare, makeup, and health and wellness products would be the thriving industries. And I go, my gosh, do people want to smoke, drink, and look good all at the same time? I said, thank goodness I'm in health and wellness. So I started telling people about building a business with Arbonne, and many of my friends did it alongside of them losing jobs or wanting to be home with their kids after 9/11. And so that's when my business started to flourish after I almost lost my area. Arbonne, 3 months later, announced a trip. And I remember my upline saying, you need to go for this trip. And if people ask them to join you on the trip, and you'll help them earn theirs. If they don't want to join you on the trip, then ask if they'll help you earn yours. And so that's what I did. Struggling area manager, doing district numbers. And from the beginning of earning the trip to earning the trip, we went into qualification for region. Guys, that was in dark 30. Just imagine what your business will look like today. Don't think you can't go region from consultant to region in 3 months, because it's happening all over our team, all over Arbonne. And I'm not saying fast is the only way to go, but don't discard the people who are willing to go fast and put the work in. And so we went region in those next few months in qual. By the next month, we were a region. 2 years later, we went in qualification for nation. And 2 years after that, we were in the $1 Million Club. I want to share what our team looks like today, not to brag or to impress you. I am doing that to impress upon you that no matter where you are today, your business can look different if you'll consistently work it and if you'll work the simple. So after the $1 Million Club today, we have an average of $2 million in our success line, and we have 40 vice presidents and 10 national vice presidents. That's the beauty of what can happen when you put your head down, when you're in a dip, when you're struggling. You just never know what your business is going to look like. But here's the key. You have to think about other people. You can't think about only yourself when you want to build a business, a multi-million-dollar business. And everybody on this call or on this recording is very capable of doing that. My sister-in-law, remember, she went into another network marketing company, but guess what? This is what I love about this business. All three of my sister-in-laws watched me build this business to the very top. My sister-in-law that went to the other network marketing company, after she found out not only was I making a 6-figure income, I was making more than my husband, than my brother that was a dentist. And so she jumped in and went to region in a year and a half. My next sister-in-law jumped in and went to region in just a year. So there's a little competition in our family. And then my last sister-in-law just jumped in this business as a nurse practitioner. And she jumped in because she was impressed with the 30 Days to Healthy Living, because she wants to help women and family on prevention, not so much about once they come to the hospital or once they come to their clinic. She doesn't want to help them on the back end. She wants to help them on the front end. But the reason why she's sticking in this business is because of the lifestyle that it helped my family, my other two sister-in-law's family. So I want you guys to know that people are watching you, and you might get to the top before anybody in your family will get in. But thank goodness that I was at the top, because they listened to me. They were coachable. And that's why I think they went quick, because they were coachable. I did simple and duplicatable with every single one of them. So I'm just going to, I know I need to speed this up real quick. Go for all incentives and challenges. And if you earned this last Arbonne trip, congratulations. If you didn't earn it, this is your chance to earn to celebrate our 40th together. These next 2 months will determine what the beginning of next year will look like. So let me just talk to you a little bit of a couple of changes that I made along my journey. The Arbonne trips, when you go for the trips, it's about building your business, but it's about building an experience for your husband, and if you have a family, for your family. It's about lifestyle. Some of my husband's best friends are in Arbonne, like Daryl and then Vita. As families, we get to know them. I used to work out at 5:30 a.m. because I wanted to get my workout in before my corporate job. But my goal is when I went region, I would be able to wake up whenever I wanted to go to the gym. And then as a nation, I said I wanted to have a personal trainer to tell me when to work out. So guys, just those short-term exchanges will gain you some long-term in forever life changes. So coachable. I want you guys to be coachable. And if you are not working with someone and mapping out your goals, we do circles on our team about our organization, like where do you go work? You go with the people where the fire is already. You don't convince people to do this business, because if you convince them to do it, someone else will convince them to leave. And so another coachable moment that I had is I was driving Miss Rita Davenport from Arkansas to Oklahoma. And if you don't know Rita Davenport, she was a former president, and you heard her at GTC if you've been in Arbonne. But I was a brand new region and so proud of myself and our team. And she looked at me and she said, when are you going nation? And I went, Rita, we just went region. She goes, that's not my question, honey. My question is when are you going nation? And I said, well, I've got a quick question for you before I answer that, because I didn't have a date, but I said I would by the end of the drive. I said, how do I bring people in this business? Through products or through the business? And she said, listen to people. They'll tell you every single time how they want to be sponsored. Meet them where they are and take them where you know where it's possible for them to go. So the consultants on this call, when are you going district? District managers, when are you going area? Area managers, when are you going region? And regions, when are you going nation? Your team needs to hear the vision where they're going. And so I want you guys to say it out loud, say it early and say it often. You need to speak it before you believe it. You need to speak it before you get it. And so I've learned to have to speak things that I'm afraid to do. The last thing that I'm going to leave you with, and then I'm going to tell you something we're doing on our team, I'm going to challenge you guys to do the same thing, is I want you to mind your mind. Life is not about perfection. It's about progression. I wake up every morning and decide to become my best version. I want you guys to decide that you are worthy of being better every single day. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to their calendar. What are you reading? All leaders are readers, but not all all readers aren't leaders, but all leaders are readers. What and who are you listening to? And what are you speaking? Are you speaking power of life or death? Because the power of life and death lie in the tongue. So speak life into your family, speak life into your business, speak life into yourself and into others. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Our word for the year was intentional, and our motto for the year is all in. But it's so much more than a motto. And I'm going to send a link that's a video. And I don't know if Vita has passed this on before. And if it is, it's awesome. But I want to send her a link. It's from John Paul Gonzalez. And on this link, it's about what does it mean to be all in, sold out, full out for your business and for your life. And so this is a letter that I send out to all my district managers, and I did for all of 2019. And I want to share it with you guys because I have this prayer for you as well. So this is my prayer for you guys, to be all in, to be intentional, to believe bigger, to commit stronger, to choose faith over fear, to dare to dream, to work to win, and to serve others. To be great, we have to serve many. I'm gifting all of my district managers this poker chip, and I put all in on mine. They can put whatever they want to on this. But this signifies being all in all areas of our life. And if you can be all in for your business, it will flow to all areas of your life. I tell them our word for the year is intentional. I want to say it early and I want to say it often. Thank you for leading from the front and being intentional and helping others to do the same. Your all in matters, and let's go change many lives together. I love and I believe in every single one of you. I know I haven't met all of you. I know I will in this Arbonne journey. It's a small place to be. It's a tribe that helps other people. Guys, in these next 2 months, I want you to be able to exchange some of the things that used to serve you, maybe in another season that's not serving you today. If you'll make those changes and every single day commit to going for those goals you have set by the end of this year and decide to rise up and do something big, because there are people who are waiting for us to take the lid off of their lives. So I love you guys. Thank you for letting me be part of your morning. And I'm sorry if I went over. If anybody has any questions, I will absolutely answer any of them for you.
Oh my goodness. Donna, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me okay?
I can.
Oh, yay. Okay, I was trying so hard. I kept going in and out, in and out. First of all, thank you, Laurel, for facilitating this call. You rock. And then Donna, oh my gosh, I got goosebumps throughout your whole talk. I feel like crying. Honestly, I feel like crying. When you said that to breathe life into people, that's what you did for me. I mean, when we went to AIT, immediately your whole persona was so welcoming into your team and introducing me to a lot of people. And I'm so grateful for that, because this is what happens, you guys, is that when you start to succeed in this business, you really start to expand your circle of influence. And I love how we are so influenced by amazing people like Donna, you guys, that are truly transforming the world and serving this world. Like, it's so unbelievable how big their belief is. And I have that belief because of Donna and her team. Honestly, that's when I really started to dream big. So I wanted to open it up to the team. If anybody has any questions or clarification for anything, I don't know if I can open up the chat. If someone said something, please unmute yourself. I want to give you a voice. Let's see here. Chat. Amazing. Who was that?
Thank you so much. It's Laurel.
Oh, okay. Oops, I just dropped the phone. Shoot.
I'm so jealous. But I'm so proud of you guys for getting away for your 50th and your dad's birthday. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
that's amazing. That's amazing what we can do in this business when we have choices.
Yes, absolutely. So you guys, I'm hoping that you took everything that Donna shared to heart and to really take advantage of what Arbonne has given us. You guys, I'm hoping that you are ready to click submit on Monday morning at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Pacific time, when those new products are being launched, just to get these awesome products in front of people. But more so than that, obviously, it's just like what both Cecilia and Rita said to Donna. We got to share the business with people, you guys. You want to lead with need, but never leave. How did you say that? Never leave them. How'd you say that, Donna? You want to lead with what they need, but don't leave them with just the products.
Oh yeah, just listen to them and meet them where they are right now, but just really take them where where there's a potential to go, and just really, because people are waiting for us to lead them to something bigger. We just don't know how to go get it. And for me, my vision was so small in the beginning that I needed someone to speak bigger vision for me, because I didn't think it was ever possible, and I really didn't think time and financial freedom were possible either.
Absolutely. And the fact that, this happened with Haiti and building those 90 homes for these families, and now wanting to put food on the table for these people who are starving, because this happened. Now, this will happen again for these kids. So that's another thing, you guys, too, is to be a part of this. That's so much bigger than what we're doing with Arbonne, is that if you find in your heart to want to be a part of that, something big, that what Donna and Lisa Dooley and Miranda Birch and what they're all doing in Haiti, please, Donna, if you want to send your link on over to me so I can post it for the team, for people to participate in that would be amazing for us too, to do that.
That would be so awesome. And thank you for bringing that up. For those of you that don't know, after the 90s home, being part of funding those 90 homes. And thank you guys. We're so grateful for everything that you've done. I know so many of you have. Lisa Dooley got a call from Mission of Hope and said, can you feed 90,000 kids? Well, it was really 80,000, but we figured we needed to bump it up, because in Arbonne, that's what we do. We are not average in Arbonne, as you know. And so she said, we can feed 90,000 kids. And of course, she came to some of us and said, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. And thank you guys for, if you haven't opened a campaign, if you would like to as a team, we're opening campaigns of feeding 90 kids. And so that's $900. And these kids for $10 a month can eat rice and beans. It's not like the food that we eat here in America. And they can store the rice and beans at Mission of Hope. But we're feeding so many kids. And it's amazing how, I can't even tell you how many people come into the business in Haiti. Their goal was not to come in this business to build an Arbonne business. Their goal was to help us in Haiti. And the byproduct is I've had so many people come in this business through Haiti because they were wanting a way to give back and be part of something. And then they couldn't leave our community because they're like, there's something special about Arbonne. So thank you guys for being that something special.
I love it. Well, Donna, I truly, truly appreciate your time with us. It's such a special thing to be able to lock arms with people like you, and we have nothing to do with your organization. So I think that's also really special. So thank you for gracing us with your time. And everybody, let's take what we learned today. You know, when we know more, we want to do more, and we want to do better so we can better ourselves to really transform people's lives. So appreciate your time. Have a wonderful weekend. And we'll catch you all back on the airwaves at some point. And I'll see you, Donna. I'm going to see you at GTC.
Okay. Love you guys.
And we'll see you at AIT first. We'll see you at AIT first.
Yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
Donna.
Love you guys.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks,
Thank you.
guys. Okay, take care.